Inuagata no Sahai is still my amiable name, and I'm so delighted to come your way this morning and make your day a premium value one. This is so important for me in making sure you are able to make the right decision that will take you from point A through B, to point Z, moving from one level of, success to another level of success. Inuagata is my name one more time. Now, let me start with this. When somebody approaches you, when somebody comes to you with what they call a business idea or a business opportunity, I want you to note this very critical thing. That person's priority is not first your interest, or your interest is not really the person's priority. It is the person's interest that is often the person's priority. When people come to you with what they call a business opportunity, when people come to you with what they call a business idea, it's first of all about what they will gain before what you will gain. And this is why it is very important that before you make a decision on what they call business idea, what your friends call business opportunity, what people around you bring to you and they call it a business idea, a business opportunity, it is very, very important for you to, be very, to consider the business idea very well, to analyze it before you take any step or make a decision on it. This is very important. And this is what has informed our conversation this morning, which topic is 4 key factors to consider before you choose a business idea. 4 key factors to consider before you choose a business idea. The first key factor to consider before you choose a business idea is for you to ask yourself the question, does the idea meet a market need? Does the idea meet a market need? Now, money is a reward for meeting a need. Money is a reward for solving problems. Now, if you have an idea you want to metamorphose into a business venture, or you have a passion that you want to productify, you want to make a product out of that passion. Now, before you go ahead to do that, you need to be very sure that it is actually solving a problem. Now, there are some business ideas, there are some business passion, that if you look at it critically with the lens of serious analysis, they may not really be solving problems for the people in the environment. So this factor should seriously be considered. Very, very important. Does it meet a market need? Remember what I just said. Money is a reward for solving problems. Money is a reward for bringing solutions to the table. Is this idea, is this passion going to solve, a lot of, is it going to bring solutions to the table for a lot of people in my environment? This is very key. Then the second factor you need to consider before choosing a business idea is for you to ask the idea a question, or ask the question, can the idea sustain a market appeal? Can the idea sustain a market appeal? Is it going to be relevant on the long term? Are people going to keep patronizing the service or the product that will come out of this business idea? Is it going to continue to have a back-end transaction, meaning are customers going to keep on returning to patronize the service or the product that will come out of this business idea? Can the idea sustain a market appeal? Is it going to be relevant into the future? Is it going to be relevant for a long while? This is a serious question, or a serious factor you need to consider before you choose a business idea. Can the idea sustain a market appeal? Is it going to continue to have back-end repeated transaction? Is it just going to be a one-off purchase, a one-off engagement, and then you may need to start looking for another customer? Would the same customer that bought the product from you or engage the service from you, does the business idea have the potential to continue to bring such customer that has patronized you before over and over again? Can the idea sustain a market appeal? This is very important. Then the third factor you need to also consider is, what is the level of competition it stands to face? What is the level of competition it stands to face? Now, is there already existing competition in that business industry or in that business line? that you are brooding on, that you are thinking about? If the answer is yes, is there the possibility of you still coming in and being able to get a significant market share? This is very important. How strong is the competition? Does it allow newcomers to easily come in? Then if you look at the competition, is there a way you can give yourself a POD, a point of differentiation that will help you to be able to penetrate the market and still be able, to also swim above the waters in the highly competitive market? Then there are some products or some businesses or some idea that seems not to be having serious competition or no competition at all. Now, this doesn't necessarily equate to you now celebrating the fact that there is no competition or the competition is very low. It could be as a result of the business not being lucrative. That is why many people or many other people, investors have not come into that line of business. So all these factors should be considered. The last one this morning is that with the idea adapt to environmental disruptions. With the idea adapt to environmental disruptions or changes. We live in a world where we see disruptions, alterations every now and then. It has become the norm. If you look at the environment where we do business, where we work, there is always political, disruption every now and then. There is always economic disruption. There is sociological disruption, and there is technological disruption. In other words, there is pest disruption, P-E-S-T, political disruption, economic disruption, sociological disruption, and technological disruption. As these disruptions are happening, will the business be able to sustain or thrive in that disruptive environment? These are very serious questions you need to provide answer to before you choose a business idea. Remember what I said at the very beginning of this conversation, that if somebody comes to you with a business idea, somebody approaches you with a business opportunity, so-called, now the person's priority is not really your interest. The person's priority, is often their interest. Somebody's come to you with an idea, bring 2 people, then the other 2 people bring 3 persons and all that. Yeah, there are those kind of business, models or different business platforms that is actually succeeding. But to understand that it is not your interest that is the person's priority first. It is the person's interest that is their priority. So before you make any decision, you need to sit down and seriously analyze with these 4 points I presented before you this morning, where the title is 4 key factors to consider before you choose a business idea. As a way of review, the first one is, does it meet a market need? The second one is, can the idea sustain a market appeal? The third one is, what is the level of competition it stands to face? Then the fourth one is, will the idea adapt to environmental disruptions? These are factors you really seriously need to consider, so that at the end of the day, you will not end up biting your fingers, losing your money, your hard-earned money, what you have saved over time. This is very, very important. Now, I seriously believe that lots of value have been added to you today, and we can continue this conversation in my online environment. Just reach out to me. You can search my name on all the various social media platforms. Let's connect. Let's see how we can take this conversation further. Or you just enter at Nosa Speaks, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Thread, and on Twitter, which is now called X, or then on Facebook at Nosa Speaks 1. And then let's take this conversation and we'll move forward. I'll be seeing you next week, Wednesday. When I return, I will still remain the amiable Inoagata no Sahai. Your day is so blessed. Thank you.